conditions for constructive and destructive interference. Dear students, very simple. We take a two waves, y1 is equal to a1 sin omega t and y2 is equal to a2 sin omega t plus pi. There is a phase difference of pi angle. So these two are waves. These two waves are superimposed each other. So y is equal to y1 plus y2 is a addition of two waves. That is a interference. Interference means superposition of two waves. Superposition means addition of two waves. So when you add these two waves, a1 sin omega t plus a2 sin omega t plus pi. So this is a sin a cos b, sin of sin a plus b. So sin a plus b is sin a cos b plus, that is a plus is given, then cos a sin b. So sin a plus b is equal to sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. The similar thing will be substituted in this formula. a1 sin omega t, a2 is a common one. So sin a sin omega t cos pi, then cos omega t sin pi is a sin a cos b plus, there is a plus value, this plus is comes here, then cos a sin b, which is equal to sin a plus. So by expanding this one, we get these two equations. Now I will take the sin omega t commonly outside. So sin omega t commonly outside means a1 as it is, then a2 cos pi alone, then plus, then remaining a2 sin pi plus into cos omega t. Here we assume that a1 plus a2 cos pi is a cos theta and a2 sin pi is a sin theta. So if you substitute here, what we will get? A cos theta sin omega t, a sin theta cos omega t. A cos theta sin omega t plus a sin theta cos omega t. Again it will become a sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Sin a cos b plus sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. We can rewrite this as a is a common one. So sin of omega t plus theta. So by using this simple trigonometric formula, we superimpose, we can add these two waves as a y is equal to a sin omega t plus theta. What is a? A is a total amplitude. So a can be written as the amplitude of the first wave plus amplitude of the second wave. So that is a total amplitude. But these two will give only bright fringe. But what is a Huygens says that there will be a bright fringe as well as a dark fringe is there. That is the proof given hereafter. Very simple, students. We are assuming that a cos theta and a sin theta as this one. So simply add these two waves and squaring and adding. So a cos theta plus a sin theta the whole square, which is equal to a1 plus a2 cos pi. a1 plus a2 cos pi the whole square. Instead of a cos theta the whole square, we can write this one. Instead of a sin theta the whole square, we can write what we are assumed earlier, that is written here. So if you square, what will happen? A square taken commonly outside, cos square theta plus sin square theta 1. So that will become 1. Here a square plus b square plus 2ab. A square plus b square plus 2ab it will come. Here also a square sin square pi. So a square is commonly taken outside, cos square plus sin square pi will get. So final equation we get that a square is equal to a1 square plus a2. That is the scientist expected. Because when two lights are superimposed each other, the amplitude of the two lights will be added up. Only the bright light only comes. That is the argument given before the Huygens proposal. But Huygens proposed that bright will come. Along with that, the dark light will come. That is the dark will come because of this term, additional term. After giving this mathematical proof only, the others will believe that the light will be a wave nature. We can explain the reflection, refraction, interference and polarization, diffraction, everything by using the wave theory. So this is a very important, remarkable derivation. Additionally, we get 2a1 a2 cos pi. Already we know that intensity is directly proportional to amplitude square. So a square is the total intensity of the final wave. Then a1 square is the intensity of the first wave. a2 square is the intensity of the second wave. Cos square plus sin square pi value is 1. We get 2 of a1 means root i1 root i2, that is intensity of the first wave root and intensity of the second wave root into cos pi. So Huygens strongly stated that This term 2 root I1 I2 cos pi is called as a interference term. If this cos pi is maximum means that is a constructive interference, bright fringe. Then if the cos pi is a minimum means that is a destructive interference, dark fringe. When the cos pi will become maximum, that is a cos pi is equal to 1, then minimum means cos pi is equal to minus 1. That is we can take that, not a 0. So maximum condition is a cos pi is equal to plus 1. Minimum condition is cos pi is equal to minus 1. That is we are going to see now. Okay, very simple students. So we can take that conditions for constructive and interference with two waves. By using the simple trigonometric formula, we come to the conclusion addition of two waves, not only the amplitude adder, along with that some interference term, additional term is arises. This additional term only responsible for, this is the reason for interference of the superposition of two light waves. Dear students, as we already told that the constructive term is 2 root I1 root I2 cos pi. So if this cos pi is cos pi, so cos pi, are you able to see clearly? So this is a 2 root I1 root I2 cos pi. This cos pi term is maximum means that is a constructive interference. Cos pi term is minimum means that is a destructive. So this is the maximum condition. This is the minimum condition. So for maximum condition means cos pi is a plus 1. For minimum condition the cos pi is minus 1. First we will see that when the cos pi will become 1, cos 0 1, cos 360 degree 1, cos are like the multiples of the 360 degrees. So cos pi value must be 0, 2 pi and 4 pi. Already I told that the phase angle, the phase difference and the path difference relation is pi is equal to 2 pi p by lambda. So what is here the pi value? 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, etc. So if you substitute that p is equal to 0, lambda, 2 lambda, 3, how sir? This 2 pi and here the 2 pi's are cancelled. So here 1 will come, here 2 will come. So if you bring this lambda here, p is equal to path difference. P is a path difference. Pi is a phase difference. Okay. So the path difference means length. So here the wavelength is a path difference. Pi is a phase difference. Pi is a phase difference, then only. So whenever the path difference or phase difference between the two sources, there must be an interference take place. If this path difference is a maximum like this values lambda, so what is the physical meaning? The wave, this is the first wave. So the second wave is start at this position means, so the second wave will be like this. Okay, are you clear? So the crest and crest add up, trough and trough add up, but the what is the path difference? Lambda. One lambda is started later, or first wave is 1 lambda ahead the second wave. That is a path difference. What about the phase difference? Phase difference is 0 to 2 pi. That is a phase difference here given. Okay, so very simple students. Phase difference is why it is 2 pi. It is a multiples of the 2 pi. I hope that you are understand clearly. So again I will say that this is the first wave. The second wave will be started at the phase difference of 2 pi. So where the 2 pi it is, that is the 0 will start from the first second wave. So the first wave wavelength is lambda. So the lambda times it will be a increases than the second wave. So this crest and crest will be add up, this trough and trough will add up, we get the constructive interference. That is explained here clearly. Similarly, for destructive interference, the angle must be a negative one, that is a minimum one, that will be a 180 degree, then again 3 pi and 5 pi. So this pi and all get cancelled. Finally, we get p is equal to lambda by 2, then 3 lambda by 2, 5 lambda by 2, etc. This is the path difference for destructive. If the path difference between the two light waves is lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2 and 5 lambda by 2 means definitely destructive interference will happen. if the path difference between the two light waves is 0 or lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, means definitely at this position constructive interference will take place. So this is the constructive and destructive interference. So I told that whenever there is a two light waves are add up, that means superposition of two light waves, that is a superimpose. The addition of two light waves gives the interference. The very important condition means what is that? There must be a phase difference or path difference. That means if there is a path difference, definitely there is a phase difference. If there is a phase difference, definitely path difference will occur. Then only the interference will take place. The another very important condition for the constructive and destructive interference will happen means the light source must be coherent. What is coherent? The two light waves has the same frequency and same constant phase difference or zero phase difference. If there may be a zero phase difference or constant phase difference or path difference, then only the interference will take place. I will explain to you what is a coherent source. So coherent source is two sources of light which continuously emit light waves of same frequency and zero or constant phase difference is called coherent source. If there is no constant or path difference will be there, means that is a incoherent source. The two light sources which do not emit the light with a constant phase, even though the frequency may be same, but there is no constant phase difference, means definitely that source is not a coherent source, that is an incoherent source. Incoherent source never produce a interference pattern. So the interference means simply I can say that the addition of two light waves. We can say that if the two light waves are added, means only the bright fringe will come, but Huygens says that according to wave theory, the addition of two light waves will give both the bright and dark fringe because of this interference term. So understand the concept clearly and then only it will be easy for you. Important conditions for constructive and destructive interference.